Hey everyone. First thing I want to say is if you are not in the Ryobi system or you don't like Ryobi tools and you absolutely can't stand them and hate them, please don't click away because this really isn't about Ryobi. It's really about, well, I'm just using Ryobi as an example. Now, as you can tell, I am in the Ryobi system. I like Ryobi tools. But again, just put that aside for a second. So, as some of you know, Ryobi has something called Ryobi Days where they have a brushed and a brushless line. And if you get the brush tools, you get 2 batteries and a charger and a free tool. And then if you get the brushless, you get 2 4 amp hour batteries, a 2 amp hour battery, high performance, and a charger for 200, and then you get a free tool. Well, my wife and I needed a vacuum, and I was intrigued by their vacuum. So for $199, we received 2 4 amp hour and one 2 amp hour high performance batteries, a charger, and a very cool vacuum. Now, that's neither here nor there. What does this have to do with a station, a YouTube channel that's about firearms and knives and coins and bullion? Well, you're forgetting something. It's also about preparedness and independence. And really, the thing that ties it all together is really the independence part of it. So, part of that is being prepared for things and being able to take care of yourself. So that's why I like batteries. Now, I know a lot of you probably have stocked up on your batteries, and what I want to tell you is you really can't have too many. You know, you probably have a generator. There's a good chance you have generators. I also have a generator. But if you are running your house on a generator, you want to make your gasoline or your propane, or if it's a solar powered one, what's in your battery, last as long as possible. You want to use it for your emergency things, not to live the life of luxury, because if you're using a generator, you just need to get by. That's why it's good to have batteries. As you can see here, I have my lantern here, which I can also use to charge USB items. One of my flashlights, very cool area light. These are really, really nice to have. It lights up the room with a nice muted light. Does a good job. And over here, another thing I think is really good. I'm not sure if like DeWalt or Milwaukee or Makita makes something like this, but it's something that I really like. Basically, it's an inverter. Pop a battery in, you get a light, and you get a way to power your stuff like like a lamp or a fan or smaller electronics, and then also to charge your phone or whatever else you might need to charge. So very cool inverter. They actually have an upgraded version of this, but like I said, this is where it gets to being a general tool / battery video. If you are in the Makita, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Hart lines of tools, I think they kind of mimic each other to a large extent. So look into this stuff if you have it, because one of these inverters, it's a fantastic way to keep things going and probably not taxing your generator more than it needs to be taxed. Use it for the important stuff like your refrigerator. Use it to get your heat started if need be. Use it for your well pump, things like that. The really, really important stuff. Don't go blowing it on, like charging your phones if you don't need to. Don't go blowing it on just kind of running a lamp or something. That's kind of like, especially if you have a whole house generator or you have a transfer switch. It's better to use these for the small things. The other nice thing is if you're going to take a long car trip, you might want to bring something like this with you, especially if you have a larger battery. Now right here I have a 4 amp hour battery. That's kind of like the regular run-of-the-mill battery. I mean, some people have some 2 amp hour batteries. I have some, I think I might even have 1.5 amp hour batteries. All those are really good for are weight savings, depending on the tool you're using, and just kind of making it more compact. But they're kind of useless if you're going to use the tool for a longer job. But they're also 6 and 8, and now they're making 12 amp hour batteries, so it's a pretty good thing to have. Same thing with these lights. Personally, if I were going on a long trip, I would definitely want to take this inverter with me, and I'd want to bring a couple of batteries with me. I mean, just absolutely, no doubt about it. Probably also wouldn't be bad to have a way to charge them in your car also. Ryobi also makes a solar, a folding solar panel, as do other people, and you can charge your stuff up. I know where I live in the Northeast, and when we do get bad storms, I'm kind of in a higher elevation for my state. So when we get hit, we usually kind of hit the jackpot for my state as far as snow totals go. So first thing I do is I make sure that the batteries are all charged up. I always have them charged up, but I check to make sure they are. I make sure they are handy. I take out lanterns, I take out flashlights, I take out the inverter, just so we have all this stuff. Another good thing is this fan right here. I particularly like hybrid items. And again, I know Ryobi makes this. I would imagine that the other tool companies also do. So you can run it on electric in the good times, and battery when it's either not convenient to use electric or you are unable to use electric. So if you lose power on a hot day, what's better than having a nice quiet fan to cool you off a little bit? Now, for those of you who watch my videos semi-regularly, you might think to yourself, didn't this guy just make this video like a year ago? And if you are remembering that video, first of all, thanks for watching. I appreciate that you remembered. Second of all, yes, you are correct. I did make this video at least one other time. And to be honest with you, this might be at least the third time I've made this type of video. Now, normally, I wouldn't want to repeat things. For example, today, I carried my Civivi Cubit. Very nice knife. It's right there. And I told you what I thought about it in a previous video. I like it. I don't need to revisit that. But I do feel like this is something that needs to be revisited because this is an important thing. Having power stocked away is a forgive the pun, a powerful thing. It gives you some independence. It makes your life a little bit better. It could be a lifesaver, depending on. I mean, if you're somebody who has health problems and you rely on medical equipment, having a full-size generator, not only is it a nice thing to have, it could be a necessity. If for no other thing, think of this as kind of a reminder to look into power. I mean, a lot of us, we have firearms, we have knives, we have tools, we have a stocked-up pantry, all that good stuff. But have you given thought to your power? Having a generator is a great thing. If you don't have one, look into getting one. If you already have one, keep your eyes open for a garage sale. Somebody might be selling a cheap, crappy old one for like $100 or something. You know what the saying is, 2 is 1, 1 is none. Might not be bad to have a second one. Now, I'm not telling you to go buy a $2,000 generator and then buy another $2,000 generator. I'm telling you, have your main generator, and if something pops up that's not bad, pick it up. Either you can use it if the first one has a problem, or you can help a friend or a family member. Always a good thing. So that's one thing. Second is, like I said, the batteries. Power tool batteries aren't only for tools. And again, you're going to need tools in good times and bad times. In good times, you might have a huge job to do. Having multiple batteries is a good thing. I personally think I'm probably in the range of about 20 to 25 batteries for my Ryobi tools and all this other stuff. And to be honest with you, I think there's probably a chance I might be going back for another package deal. Although, if any of you watch Den of Tools, excellent tool channel, by the way, the thinking is that they're probably going to have one wave of Ryobi tool deals and then another one. So for me, I might hold off a little bit and see if I can maybe get another type of tool, because I have a lot of what I already need. I'm not a professional, I'm just a homeowner. So I have a lot of what I need right now, but there are a couple of small things I would like to pick up. So, I'm looking into that sort of thing. Plus, like I said, I also have some 40-volt batteries because I have some 40-volt tools. So those are helpful to have, although not a part of Ryobi days. So like I said, I think we all know the value of flashlights or having a fan on a hot day. And again, tools. Hey, you know what? You have a bad storm. You need a chainsaw. Well, if you have a battery-operated chainsaw, fantastic. You have batteries. Hopefully they're charged. If you don't have a battery operated chainsaw, it runs on gas, that's awesome. Make sure you have gas. Make sure you have propane if you need heat. Make sure you have whatever you use. You're using gasoline, using propane. You're using batteries for your Makitas. Stock them up. Okay, so kind of look at this as a reminder. Look at this kind of the way fire departments will tell you when the clocks change. Hey, you know what? You should change the battery in your smoke alarm. Let's make this kind of like my once a year May appeal to make sure you're socking away some power. Another thing I probably should have had here would be power banks. I have a 20,000 milliamp hour power bank in my car. I keep it in a bag I have in there. I have another 20,000 in my house, plus I got some smaller 5 and 10,000 milliamp hours. And then as you can see with these guys, these can also be used to charge phones just by plugging them in this inverter. You know what? I'm going to do that right now. Now I can charge my phone. Look at that. What's better than that? Now I can charge my phone. Or an iPad or something. Maybe I can charge a flashlight if I have a Olay baton I carry every day. Now I can charge that up. A lot of things to do. A lot of options that we have now that we might not have had 15 years ago. Now we do. We're living in a pretty good time. Hopefully, for technology and preparedness and stuff. So hopefully things keep getting better, especially on that front. So, like I said, if you are into the Ryobi universe, go check out Home Depot. They got some cool stuff. Otherwise, like I said, check out your own tool brands. Kind of try to store away those batteries. Another good option is picking them up on eBay. I notice that some places have like new open box. Sometimes they're used. Proceed with caution if that's the case. And also be aware of fakes. There's a lot of fake Ryobi batteries, and I wouldn't touch those with a 10-foot pole. Again, I'd assume there's also lots and lots of fake DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Makita batteries. Wouldn't touch those either if I were you. Just stick with the regular tried and true versions. Well, I think I've rambled on just enough now, and I will talk to you later. And remember, store some power.